Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie Signatures. I welcome you all to my channel. So today I'll be making a very beautiful V-neck shift dress with pockets. It's beginner friendly, it's easy, and it's detailed. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly sit back, relax, and watch till the end. And please kindly like, kindly share, kindly leave beautiful comments, and just kindly do whatever you want. Thank you all. So you can see the pockets, they are all looking beautiful and clean. So I made use of a zipper too, but if you don't want to use a zipper, it's okay. Just make sure you make your neckline in a way that it's going to be easy for you to wear. So that's how I arrived at this. And then if this is what you're interested in, let's go over to the cutting table and cut this beautiful piece. So I have my fabric folded, and I'll be cutting this first. I'll be cutting the front part first. And I already have the length of the gown. I'm making use of the whole length of the Ankara, which is 45 inches. So I'm just going to be doing the normal thing. Divide your shoulder by 2, and then you add half an inch for joining up your sleeves, and then you come down by your shoulder measurement like so, and then you mark it right there as well, so that you're going to be getting a straight line. And then after doing that, you connect like so. Please, I'm sorry, this fabric is very flowery, so you may not see the marked chalkings on it very well, but if you look at it intently, you're going to be seeing. So I'm getting the half length and then the waist to the hip, I beg your pardon, or the shoulder to the hip. So I'm just rolling that out like so. So I'll come over to the shoulder slope and then slope my shoulder by 1 inch. And then for the neck width, for now I'll be making use of 3 inches. So I'll slant that to meet the neck line like so. And then I'll divide my armhole into 2 and then get the midpoint to carve up my armhole, and then come in by half an inch. If you are used to the channel, you should know that we do this every time. So this is the bust measurement divided by 4, and then I added 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'll be connecting my armhole like so. So that's my armhole. So I'll just go over to the waist measurement, divide the waist by 4, add 1 inch for ease, and then 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. And then I'll go to the hip, divide by 4, add 1 inch for ease, and then 1.5 inches as sewing allowance as well. You know, this is not going to be a tight fitted cloth or style as you saw on the thumbnail, so that is what I'm basically trying to do right there. So I'll connect the waist to the hip like so. And then for the hip measurement, just take the old measurement down to the length of the gown. And then you're going to be connecting like so as well. So we're basically through for here. Then we'll go over to the neckline. So for the neckline, I've already done the width. Now for the depth, I'll be coming down by 7 inches. Come down by 7 inches. So this is going to be a V neckline. So right there where I marked the 7 inches, I'll go in by half an inch, like so. And then I'll connect like that. So this is what we have. So now I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Just take your time and then cut this out like so. So you come to the neckline, and then for the back neckline, I just want to cut that out. So just came down by 1 inch, and then I'll just connect like so, because I'll be placing this on the back for the back So I folded my fabric into two again and I added my zipper allowance. So I'll be removing my zip bulge for the back. I marked in half an inch and then I'll be slanting it upwards and downwards like so. Just remove zipper bulge at the back. So I'll cut out the back neck first, the depth first, and then I'll slit open the back like so, and then cut out the zipper bulge like so. So now this is what we have. I'll give my zip a notch. So for the front piece, I'll separate the back from the front and then come over to the armhole and then adjust the armhole for the front like so by cutting out half an inch. And then I'll come over now to cut the neckline. So look at the way I'm cutting the neckline properly so that you will not be confused. So this is what we have. So now this is how the neckline is going to be looking, because we're going to be replacing this with a plain fabric. So now notch the edges like so, so that when I want to sew it, it will be easy for me. So now I'll go ahead to cut out my black fabric that I'll be making use of for the neckline. So in this unfold, I have about 1.5 inches, or you can go for 2 inches. I have 2 pieces like so, and then for the length, you make sure that the length is longer than the neckline like so. So I'll place it like this, and then I'll use my chalk to indicate where I'll be sewing on. So I'll be sewing half an inch like so. By the time I finish sewing, I'll flip over like this, and then it will be like that. So I'll come over to this other side as well, place this like this as well, and then sew half an inch down like so to put it in place, and then turn it out. So let me quickly go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back to show you how to place your pockets. So I've gone ahead to do the V neckline, so you can see how beautiful it came out to be, and I've given it a good press, so you can see the reverse side, it's all looking neat. So now going over to how to fix your pockets, you're going to be getting your pockets like this. I made this, you can make any size you want. So this was like 10 inches by 6 inches. So the length is 10 inches, then the width is 6 inches, and then I folded half an inch inwards, and I used a plain black fabric for the upper part to give it just that beauty. And so that's how it is. So I'll just be placing that on the fabric like this. So let me just quickly show you. So I'm just going to be placing my tape on my shoulder, and then I'll come down by 16 or 17 inches down like so. Make sure you have the middle part of your gown before you're going to do this. So just indicate the 16 or 17 inches from your shoulder downwards, and then mark it like so. And then you're going to be placing your pockets like this. So place it up like that, and then you're going to be making sure that the allowances you have on both sides are the same, and then the middle part, make sure you place the pockets very well, because it has to be properly aligned. You don't want one going up and one going down. Everything should balance very well. And then you use a pin to hold it in place so that it will not shift when you're going to be sewing it. And like I said, I ironed half an inch all around the pocket so that by the time I'm sewing it, it's going to be easy and faster for me. So let me just bring some pins to hold it down. So now, because of the color of this fabric, you'll not be seeing it very well, but that is the way it came out to be. You can use any other color if you want. So I'll just place it like this, you can see, then sew it all the way around like so. So you can see that this tutorial is very, very easy and then I'll be back to show you the next step. So I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what we have. So by the time you place your hands inside, you're going to be seeing that is how the pocket is. So now I'll bring the back pieces. I've already gone ahead to turn it with my facings for the neckline. So I'll place right sides facing each other like this, and then join on the shoulders by half inch, and then go ahead to remove my 1 inch on both sides of the fabric, and then I'll fix my zip, and this is going to be having just a basic sleeve. I already have the tutorial on how to do that, so I'm not going to be showing that. So I'll go ahead and then close it out and do everything, and then I'll be back to show you how it looks. So having done that, this is what we have. So you can see this is how everything came out to be. It's a very simple tutorial. Like I said, it's beginner friendly. So this is how it came out to be, the sleeves and then the length. So for the back, I'll be inserting a zipper. I don't have one at hand right now, so I'll be getting that and then fixing it. And that is how the tutorial ends. So thank you all. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and please don't forget to leave beautiful comments. So this is Jeannie Signatures, and I'm signing out. Thank you all, and God bless you. Bye.